A defining feature of cities is multiplicity, as in Amalgam, a sculptural installation by Theaster Gates that looks like a city of symbolic forms, with heads reflecting aspects of Black history. Viewpoint is important. You mostly look up to see the heads on plinths, looking both old and futuristic, as if in science fiction. Here, Theaster Gates is in a room of typical modern design, replicated the world over. The artist is being playful and individualistic in this generic modernist space. Fatehpur Sikri in India is a tourist hotspot, reflecting the wealth and power of the Mughal emperors. This building is in Chandigarh in Punjab, India, a city built from scratch, designed by Le Corbusier in the drive towards modernity in post-independence India, also reflecting utopian ideals of societies living in harmony. Nasreen Mohammadi was an Indian artist, inspired by many things, including overseas travel. Here is a monochrome work. She preferred mostly blacks and whites, with subtle and powerful shapes and dynamic angles. It is looking at the shadows we see all around us, dark or soft, in gradations and crossing each other with multiple light sources. Here one can see her diverse influences, traditional and modern architecture, the art of the Russian constructivists, natural forms, textile weaving, and everyday objects of modernist design, such as promoted by the Bauhaus school. This work has a powerful, rhythmic quality, a sense of movement created by strong, delicate variations of tone and shape, almost like listening to music, and she loved Indian classical music. Frank Auerbach's painting also shows a sense of movement in the light and handling of paint, showing a London site being regenerated after World War II. Here he has painted an everyday scene of Camden Town Station in London, with strong colour and structures reflecting the individuality of the artist in how the paint is applied. This painting, titled To the Studios, again has dynamic gestural brushstrokes that are almost like individual handwriting, showing the personality of the artist, personalizing an anonymous-looking city scene and with viewpoints looking up and down. Leon Kossoff here focuses on the busy commuters in the booking hall at London's Kilburn Underground station, the human presence in cities expressing an intimacy with a scene often experienced by the artist. Here Kossoff has painted an old couple at rest in a domestic scene, the personal life of a particular couple in a room, echoing similar scenes multiplied in dwelling places throughout cities, painted here with a feeling of intimacy and empathy for the human. Nocturna by Jasmine Creed shows a crowd of everyday commuters dramatically juxtaposed with a plant and landscape, a strange mixture of city life and nature, with the Imperial War Museum North in Salford in the distance, full of objects from wars, reflecting extreme forms of dystopia, of social, political and personal conflict. Edward Hopper's painting of an office in a city shows the alienation felt by a lone figure, isolated in cities teeming with people, a dystopic vision of city life, where politicians often claim to promote utopian ideals of harmonious and pleasant lives. The light, colours and viewpoints accentuate the relations between the small figure and the huge city. My painting shows figures on a train, each in their own world, with the colours and the way the paint is applied accentuating the private in a public space and the light and tunnel-like structure of a train, a kind of living room in a vehicle that moves, a strange displacement where one can be reading and so on while travelling through space at high speeds.